How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and today's video we're checking out the weekend's news and also all of the things that are coming in tomorrow as of April 2nd. So obviously they run from Friday usually until Tuesday, but sometimes they'll run until Monday. It really depends on what the operation is. Basically, this video is just there to overview everything that you're going to see and give my opinion on a couple of bundles that are coming out, and also a brand new tank that we will feature nearer the end of this video for you to have a look at, so you can wait until then, or you can skip ahead, whatever you want to do. But I'll have that all segmented in this video. Remember, if you want to see more of this, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, and then we'll get straight into it right now. Now, the first things first is we do have a first win XP bonus. This will be in the form of a plus 200% XP bonus for every win that you get with the tank, but it only applies to the first win of the day. So instead of having your usual 100% XP bonus, you'll actually get a 200, which basically equates to 3 times XP on your first win of the day in whatever tank you play in. The best way to make use of this event is usually to actually just play every single tank you have for the first game, get your first win, and then you get some extra XP. Obviously, it's better to do it on tech tree tanks because premiums doesn't really matter unless you're trying to grind out XP to then, convert into free XP and then use for some of these free XP events or free XP tanks, whatever you are planning to do with your free XP. Now, we've also got a tier 10 silver bonus, so for this weekend from April 2nd until the 6th of April, we will have a 100% silver bonus for those of you who want to get some extra silver in your tier 10 tank. In order to be able to qualify for this, it's kind of like a way where you have to complete one of the following goals. So basically everyone's going to be honest with you, be able to get this. You need to either deal at least 500 damage to enemy tanks in a battle in one tier 10 tank. So that's easy. You'll get 100% silver for that. Or you could deal at least 500 spotting assist damage to enemy tanks in a battle. That will also qualify you for the plus 100% silver. Or you can detect 2 or more enemy tanks in a surviving battle for another chance at getting the plus 100% silver. If you do one of them or you do all 3 of them, it still qualifies you for the 100% silver. You don't get any extras for completing all of them in the same game. It is literally a case of basically everyone's going to be able to pick up 100% so long as you do, one shot of damage or 2 shots in some tanks that have less alpha than 500. Now, that's really good for those of you who are trying to grind out some silver this weekend and also get up your tier 10 tank marks. If you're going for marks of excellence, this is going to be great for you because you'll just be able to play your tank however will maximize the efficiency of it. You can run premium consumables and still make money. It's really up to you whether you want to do that or whether you want to actually make money in terms of just earning silver using the normal consumables that you will, but instead of having to play tier 8 premiums instead. This boost will also include any premium tanks as well at tier 10. So that includes like the 268 version 5, etc. will also get the 100% silver as well. Now, additionally, as part of this, you'll get the weekend challenges. We've been having them every single weekend for the last 3 weekends, I believe. And as part of these, you usually are able to pick up some camo vouchers, except this week we actually have specific ones where if you deal 30,000 damage or more across any number of battles, you'll be able to pick up a Commander Puka Rabbit and also the Year of the Rabbit emblem for this completion of 30,000 damage or more across any number of battles. You'll have from April 2nd to April 6th to be able to do that, which is really good. You can only get 1 completion per account, so you can only get this once, but it will give you that commander, and that's going to be helpful for those of you that don't want to spend 500 grand of silver on, one commander, which I think is quite expensive to be able for new players to pick up commanders, but we won't get into that. I think it should be limited to like 100,000 for a new commander. I think 500,000 is way too much. Then also, additionally, we do have this extra gains This is like the previous ones, where if you complete it 10 times per account, you'll receive a camo voucher after you complete that 10th completion. You'll get a multi-scale jungle camo voucher and a green field camo voucher as well for the desert and summer like concealment appearances. Now, the 3000 damage, this can be done in any number of battles. So basically, if you complete the Not Your Average Bunny, you'll also receive the jungle camo vouchers. So if you want to check your progress, you can do that on this Not Your Average Bunny operation. We also have the weekend deals this week. We've got a few of them, and also a really, really, really good bundle if you want to spend a bit of money on this game. The bundle that they've released this weekend will actually be fantastic for new players, and if you haven't got some of them already, it's going to be really, really good for you. Now, we have the weekend deals. This is the FV4202P bundle. Now, for players back in the day, they used to be able to get this tank for free if they owned the FV4202 before it got removed from tier 10, and then it got re-added back. So when it was removed in the first place, people got rewarded with this premium FV4202, and then it got reinstated as a tier 10 premium by Wargaming quite a bit ago, I think, probably like a year or so ago, but it was removed a long time ago and people got this for free. You can purchase this weekend for 3,855 gold on a 50% saving. It's not a bad tank. It's certainly one I'm thinking about picking up because I do like my British mediums. I've 3-marked nearly all of them except from the FV4202, so I'll be looking at getting this potentially this weekend. Now, the other tank that's 50% off is the HMH AMX M4 MLE 49, and this comes with a Black Skull emblem. This is 7,700 gold almost with the 50% saving, so it's a really expensive premium. Do I think it's worth it? Would I save my gold? I would 100% save my gold. I don't think that this tank is particularly amazing. Yes, you can bounce a few shots frontally. Premium ammo wrecks this tank. Side armor can be penned quite easily. There's this way that if you try and angle, people will just pen you through this spot on the very corners that's angled towards them when you then angle your tank. The turret can be penned from the front as well if you've got high premium rounds, and it's just not fun overall. I don't think that, I'm not saying you can't have good games in it, because obviously you can. Obviously players will be able to use it, people that know about the tank and how to play it from the French heavy line, you might be able to have some good games, but for certainly a lot of players, I don't think that this is the premium I'd be spending my money on had I not got it already and I wanted to pick up a strong premium tanking game that, could impact the game and have a bit of fun. I don't think this is the one for you. But obviously for those of you older players that want to maybe try out something new, then, for sure you could get it on that 50% off. Now, in terms of the bundle this week, it is a really, really good one. We've got from the 2nd of April to the 9th of April, you will be able to pick up the Top Damage Dealers bundle for 12,750 gold. What comes as part of this bundle? Well, there's quite a lot. You get the Ragnarok T34-100. This is the broken Tier 8 Czechoslovakian medium with the autoloader. You got a 3-shot autoloader dealing 320 damage per shot, and that means that you've got a 960 alpha clip potential. Obviously that's limited by the RNG right now, so actually it's probably more like 800 damage per clip. It reloads fairly slow, I'm not going to lie. 30-second reload means you're going to be sat around for quite a bit. You haven't really got armor, but you do have that gun that just is absolutely insane, and when you start playing it properly, as well as having that 175% base silver earn rate comparatively to the standard ones, which only get 100%, you're going to be earning 1.75 times more silver than a standard tech tree tank. It's one of the highest out there, if not the highest rate that you can actually get on a premium tank, if I believe that rightly. This tank is really, really good in game, and certainly one that you can have fantastic games in. Obviously you want the DPM perks on it because it has that long reload, and obviously you want to be getting as much DPM as possible when you've got about 1700 overall. This thing can be really, really good in game, and I certainly would recommend picking it up as part of this bundle if you haven't already. It's 60% savings, so it's really, really decent. And the other tanks you get in the bundle are really, really good as well. So we've got the T-54E2. This is the American Tier 8 heavy tank. It's similar to that of the T-77, but kind of just a better version in my opinion. You've got the same alpha. You can have 1080 damage, I believe, in your clip potential, or you can use a single shot that has around about 18 to 2000 DPM. It's really, really good. Turret armor is fantastic, and also you can shift a little bit with this tank, where you can travel 45 kilometers an hour. This thing's going to be more reliable at bouncing rounds than the T-77, and I certainly think that this one is definitely better overall. Then finally you've got the Iron Rain. This is the Borsig Waffenträger with the autoloader, because the Borsig definitely needed an autoloader. And we'll have a look at the stats of it. Basically, it has good penetration on its standard rounds, really good penetration on its premium rounds. You've got 490 damage per shot in a 3-clip autoloader that can deal, nearly 1500 damage, 1470 alpha overall, which is more than enough to go through, take out nearly 90% of hit points at its tier of anyone. And also, it can clip itself in almost 2 shots. If you fire HE at other Iron Rains, you're going to be able to 2-shot them very, very comfortably. Now, it is slow. It's got a bit of poor mobility. You don't have armor, but you do have that crazy gun. The reload is super long. You've got a 41-second reload, but because it is an autoloader, you do have that potential to whack out that 1470 alpha damage very, very quickly and then disappear for the rest of the reload. This thing's good for pulling out from a corner, dealing that damage, taking maybe 1 or 2 hits maximum, and then pulling back, and just doing that a couple times in a game, and you're soon on 3k damage very easily. And this thing is really, really good if you can keep doing that throughout the whole game. Now, the 12,750 gold price tag for the 3 I think is actually fairly decent. I think you won't be able to pick up very many tanks that are this good for about 4,000 gold each at tier 8 if you take it as the discounted price and you divide it by 3. Obviously this bundle is one I'd recommend, and it's the best one we've actually had for that kind of price tag out in a long, long time, and I certainly would recommend it. Now, in order to actually purchase this or unlock the top damage dealers bundle, you just have to win 1 multiplayer battle before the server restart on Tuesday, April 6th. Then you'll unlock it, and then you'll have 72 hours at a 60% discount to be able to pick it up. So it's up to you whether you want to get this. I certainly think that all of the tanks in this bundle are really good, and you can have some really good games in them. I mean, the Ragnarok on its own is nearly 12,000 gold, I think. If we have a look, it's 9,120, and it doesn't come on sale very often. So if you're interested in that, you've only got to pay an extra 3,000 to be able to pick up the T-54E2 and the Iron Rain as well, both of which people tend to rave about when they play, as well as the Ragnarok. And moving on to the last thing of the video, we have the Super Hellcat. This is a brand new tank to World of Tanks console. Obviously, it came in as part of the leak in the background of the Season Pass. This one is really, really good. The Hellcat is basically a broken tier 6. This is a Super Hellcat, so it's gone up a tier, but it has got a few advantages over the standard Hellcat. This thing has got 72 km/h top speed, which means that you can pretty much get around the map as fast as light tanks. You've got really, really good concealment if you manage to whack on some camo, and also boost the view range of 380 meters to rival light tanks as well. You're going to be out spotting them as long as you're still. I'd recommend putting on silent driving and camo nat, and also advanced optics to boost the view range and reduce detectability. You've got a 1.7 second aim time, which is almost unheard of, to be honest. It's really, really short and small, and you've got 0.35 accuracy, which isn't necessarily the best, but if you put on some perks to be able to reduce the accuracy, or increase the accuracy, I should say, you'll be able to get this down to sub 0.3. So I reckon what you want is run and gun, which will stop the bloom on the move, which the Hellcat, the standard version, has really, really bad, and obviously this as well. It isn't the fastest tank destroyer in the game, that's what Wargaming have said, but it is really, really good, and certainly one to think about, to pick up. Obviously you have no armour, to be honest with you. You've got 13mm on the front, 30mm on the side, and 13mm on the back of the tank of the hull, and on the turret you've got 76 on the front, 32 on the side, and 127 at the rear. So definitely don't go shoot in the rear of this turret, because the front is way better, or way worse, and also the side is just paper pretty much. So yeah, this tank can certainly be a good one. However, with 167 standard penetration, it's going to be really annoying to be able to come up against tier 9s when it's +1 or +2 -2 comparatively to +1 -1. But you do have that premium ammunition that has, nearly 80 more pen. I'm not a fan of when they just make a tank have less pen and then call it balanced, because everyone can just press A and they've got the premium ammo anyway. So yeah, I don't think that that's really a balancing feature. This thing reloads super fast as well, 7.1 seconds to do 240 alpha damage. You've got an 8.44 rounds a minute, which means that your DPM is about 2000 overall. And then when you boost that up with, your rapid loading and also an equipment to reduce loading time, you could probably get the DPM of this tier 7 tank destroyer up to like 2,500 nearly, especially if you put on vents and stuff like that as well, and you put your enhanced rations on as well. So this thing can certainly be really good. The ammo capacity is fine, so you won't be running out of ammo very quickly, and it certainly could be a really nice tank to pick up in game. The only problem is it does come in a couple of bundles. As with all of these bundles, when tanks first come in, I'm not going to lie, you either get the top one or the stock one, because the ones that they give as like the middle ground tend to be pretty poor. The top one of this, the fully loaded version, comes with the tank destroyer, obviously, and then it comes with a hero skin and a Lafayette Pool hero commander, so that comes with the tank. So I believe that will get a 1.3 times commander XP bonus. So every single game you'll get the 1.3 times commander XP from this hero commander. It does cost you like an extra 3,000 gold to be able to pick up this skin and also the hero commander with it. Do I think that's worth it? Probably not, to be honest with you. You can pick up another tier 6 premium for the price of these two, and to be honest, unless you're really interested in the hero skin, it's probably worth picking up. But other than that, I don't think I'd recommend spending that much money on just a skin and a commander. Similarly, paying an extra 1,200 gold just to get the commander is probably not something I do unless you wanted to collect all of them. But yeah, so if it was me, I'd probably just go with the stock version of the tank, because it's just, if I've got a commander already, it doesn't matter, and I'm not bothered about the skin. Although you can see the skin, I believe it is this one here. This is the skinned version. Now, other than that, that is all of the Super Hellcat. Do I reckon you should pick it up for 6,000 gold? It's a shout, but I don't think it's a must-buy for any of you. If you enjoy the Hellcat, then you'll probably really enjoy this thing, and it certainly is a fast TD to play in-game. And then, finally, the last thing of this video is just another teaser for the new Intel drop coming in 4 days' time, so that will be on the 6th of April. You've got, basically, they're teasing some more maps, I believe. In terms of this one, we've got new terrains, which I guess would mean new maps, so keep your eyes peeled for those. On the 6th of April, there'll be a big Intel drop, and I'll make sure to cover that in the news at some point in that week. It will usually be on that day, but we'll just have to see how quickly they introduce the intel, and then maybe I'll have to put it all into one video the next day. Other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy. Remember to subscribe for any more World of Tanks console content, and I hope to see you in the next one. You can always check out some more content that will be on screen right now. Other than that, once again, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.